Okay, guys, it's Coach Amy. This is our Fuel Pull class. The first book that we'll be looking at is Trim Healthy Mama Plan. We're starting on page 54. If you don't have this book, it's okay, because I'm going to show you where to find it in Trim Healthy Mama Cookbook, Trim Healthy Mama Trim Healthy Table Book, and the Trim Healthy Starter Book. So no fretting, no fretting. Fuel pulls are amazing. They are slimming, and they are very helpful if you are at a stall. My Blooms group last week, we had a challenge. So with group coaching for me, I do buds. You have to do buds, and then you can go into Blooms, and it's a monthly subscription now. But these ladies have been with me, most of them over a year. They just can't get enough. But anyway, so their challenge was to have only a fuel pull snack. So if they ate between breakfast and lunch, or lunch and supper, because some people's timing is strange with the way they do their meals, and that's fine, it had to be fuel pull. And so then they said that they did it, and I chose a random winner for a prize. Now, one of my ladies, she was like, look, I was super hesitant to do that because I'm like, fuel pull. And I'm like, no, let's not say, fuel pull. Let's get excited about fuel pulls. And I'm going to give you guys some information about how to make fuel pulls not, okay? It's going to be exciting and tasty and all the things. But anyway, she lost weight. She was so excited. I'm like, well, I mean, you naturally lowered your calories. You lose weight when you do that. But I just think it's super important to understand fuel pulls. So while we're doing the class. All right. So I'm going to read a little bit from Pearl. Changing up your fuels on plan helps to keep your metabolism revved, but another weight loss trick is to also change up your caloric load in your meals, just like I said. So S's are typically higher, E meals are typically lower than that, but fuel pull is even lower than that. So let's talk about what makes a fuel pull meal fuel pull. And then we're going to talk about fuel pull foods. It's totally different things, okay? So a fuel pull meal, our protein is lean, okay, because it's lower than 5 grams of fat, lean protein. And then we're not going to add any more fat to that, okay? And then also on the carbs, it's lower than 10 grams. So we're pulling both kind of things from S and E to make the numbers for a fuel pull meal. The only other number that we're going to be talking about for fuel pull is the ounces of protein. 3 to 4 ounces of protein, okay, or a serving of protein powder. I get that asked that a lot too. Another thing you could do is say, a little serving of, like a individual serving of yogurt, fat-free Greek yogurt. That would be okay. So we've got 3 to 4 ounces of protein. We have no more than 5 grams of fat, or a teaspoon of fat, if that helps your brain, and no more than 10 grams of net carb. Okay. Now, typically, I'm not going to say, I will have a tablespoon of black beans that is a carb source into my fuel pull meal. I don't do that. I don't put fat in there. I don't put carbs in there. I just keep it clean. And that keeps it easy to remember. Don't manipulate these foods, girls. That is like, if I can teach y'all anything, it's don't manipulate the foods to make it what you want it to be. Just keep it simple. Keep it lean, keep it low fat, keep it low carb, and you got a fuel pull. Okay. So what are some fuel pull meals that I make? Well, if you listen to a live I did a couple weeks ago, a lady kind of got, and it might be one of you people, I don't know, but I said, I don't eat fuel pull meals. I eat fuel pull snacks. And she was like typing up a storm, probably so fast I'd answer, why in the world? Like, she said she gets really excited when she makes a fuel pull meal. I'm like, yes, and you should. They make me hungry. It's not enough calories for me. My metabolism is very high. I'm very active. As you can see, I'm very high strung. So it's just the way that works. So sorry. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner meals, it's very rare that I would make that a fuel pull. But ladies, if you were in a stall having a fuel pull meal, breakfast, lunch, or supper, 2 to 3 times in a week could help you break that stall. It is not recommended to have them more often than that, because it can kind of sabotage and do the opposite, where your body is like, is she ever going to feed me enough? Fine. I'm not losing any weight. I'm just going to hang on. I'm going to hibernate, right? So we don't want to overdo that. We don't want to overdo those fuel pull meals in a week. So no more than 2 to 3 fuel pull meals in a week if you're stalled. If you're not stalled, keep rocking and rolling with those S&E meals, girls. But I highly recommend, and I myself have them, fuel pull snacks. It's just a smart way to keep that calorie load light and kind of just juggle your way through your week, okay? So let's go back to build a fuel pull meal. So this is on page 55 in the plan book, a generous amount of stir-fried veggies with slices of lean chicken breast tossed in a little Asian sauce, they said. And then Not Naughty noodles, which is a cognac flour product that you can get, okay? Let's talk about something else. A large egg white scramble or omelet, egg whites, right? We got to keep that lean protein, loaded with veggies. Choose from non-starchies like mushrooms, summer squash, zucchini, onion, tomato, pepper, spinach. You can use coconut oil spray to cook it up. Lots of seasoning, salt, pepper, nutritional yeast is my favorite as well. You could use a wedge of Laughing Cow to kind of make it creamy. There's only 1.5 grams of fat in one wedge of Laughing Cow. You can definitely use that in a fuel pull. I do that often in ease and fuel pull. So that's a breakfast idea for you. This is on page 56 in Trim Healthy Plan book. Okay, friends, right there. So you can find it later if you want to look. A lunch could be a sandwich or a wrap made with one of a homemade fuel pull bread, like a Wonder Wrap. You could also use a store-bought fuel pull wrap. Pearl used Extreme Wellness brand. I want to tell you guys that is technically called a Frankenfood or a personal choice item. If you have too many of those, this is a little side note, but if you have too many of those Frankenfoods, that could also stall weight loss. So let's not overdo those. Maybe 1 or 2 personal choice items a week would be okay. But if you see yourself stalled, that's the first thing I'm going to recommend that you omit from your week, okay? All right, so we've got this fuel pull, kind of like a vehicle for your meal. Okay, you could also do a lettuce leaf, a romaine, little leaf of romaine or whatever, hearts of romaine leaf. That's what I'm trying to say. So fill that with lean meats, tuna. You could also do non-starchies again, tomatoes, cucumber, lettuce, onion, a little bit of mustard. You could also make kind of like a mayonnaise type thing with that Laughing Cow again, and enjoy that for your lunch. You could probably add a few berries to that as well. Dinner could be, it says citrus baked tilapia with wilted greens and tomatoes. Fill up further with a fuel pull drink. Okay, so that is how you make a fuel pull meal. Now, fuel pull snacks are my favorite way of getting fuel pulls in. So these are some go-tos, all right? So in Trim Healthy table, I'm skipping ahead to that cookbook, so I apologize if that hurts your brain a little bit, but we're going to go there anyway because I want y'all to know about these recipes. So the fuel pull section that has all the fuel pull recipes in Trim Healthy table starts on page 548. All of these recipes have instructions. Either they are already fuel pull, or they're going to show you how to make them fuel pull, okay? But the one I want you to know about is the instant cookie dough protein bar. I call it a bowl. It's on page 428. We're using pressed peanut flour, some collagen or whey, few on plan chocolate chips, some sweetener, a little bit of coconut oil. So what I do, and I have I'm pretty sure, hey Angie, do I have a YouTube video on that? I think I do. Thanks. I'm like, who would know that? So anyway, I make up the little 5-ounce containers of this where it's the dry ingredients. Now, all you have to do is add 2 teaspoons of water. You can take that little thing with you and a little plastic spoon or fork. Anywhere you go has 2 teaspoons of water, right? I mean, even if you just get it out of your cup, okay? Or go to the bathroom, put a little water in there, stir it up, and you have a fuel pull snack. Done. My next favorite is going to be a collagen coffee. I will throw collagen in a hot cup of coffee or a hot tea if I need it anytime. THM has the Brownie Fix bars. Those are fuel pull. I buy those probably once every 3 months. I get about 10 of them. and they typically last me in my freezer, and I keep them in the freezer. If I know I'm leaving, even like just the other day, I took my daughter Lily, she turned 15 last week, and we drove 45 minutes to Hammond, Louisiana, and we went shopping, and I brought a Fuel Pull protein bar just in case. I also had my collagen and my milk frother because I'm that girl, but I didn't need that. I just had the Fuel Pull bar. But I always am prepared with a Fuel Pull snack anywhere I go, and it's very helpful. They're just really great go-tos. Can you make your own Fuel Pull protein bar or a little protein bites? Absolutely, you can. That's just not my jam. I don't have time for that. I'd rather just buy the bar. It's already made. You know what I'm saying? But there are plenty of Fuel Pulls you can do. You can just Google THM Fuel Pull protein bites, and I'm sure 1,000 will pop up that you can pick out from. Another way to get a good Fuel Pull snack is to have a Fuel Pull shake. Now, my favorite Fuel Pull shakes would be in the back of this book, the Trim Healthy Cookbook. So I'm just going to go back. I already have it marked shakes in my book. So let's just look at some of the Fuel Pull ones. So there is a shake gone nuts, and it has a Fuel Pull option. All the big boys, they're called secret big boys as well. Secret is okra, another slimming secret for your Trim Healthy Mama journey. The fat stripping frappes, I really like the chocolate one. It's super yummy. There are also thin thicks. That's a little kind of contradictory there, but those are really good shakes. I like those. And then it goes into the hot drinks, which is similar, like my Trimmy, my collagen coffee that I make. And there are some other ones there too. While we're talking about drinks and Fuel Pull, what do you think is the difference between a sipper and a Fuel Pull shake? Does anybody know?
Is the Good Girl moonshine considered a sipper?
Yes, it is. And it has what? No protein.
No
so
protein.
It is, that's right. So it is not a true Fuel Pull. It can be put with a meal, right? But it is not a true Fuel Pull because you do not have any fuel. It's a sipper. There's no protein. Now, I have been known when I have not been feeling well or if I'm in a pinch to add collagen to a sipper like Singing Canary or GGMS. Okay, go with me there. And it becomes a Fuel Pull because we put lean protein in it. Does that blow anybody's mind? Are y'all going with me? Y'all understanding? Okay. So collagen does not dissolve in cold. So little tip of the day is dissolve that collagen in warm water from your faucet, buzz it up with your frother, and put it in your cold sipper. Okay. It dissolves great. I have been having Singing Canaries every day since I got a little sick, and it's just a really great way to get some protein in. Okay, so that is that. Any questions so far? No questions? Let me check the chat really quick. Okay, that's it. Susan, did you have a question? No? Young Susan, did you have a question?
Yes, I do. I'm like, wait, do I type? Do I talk? What do I do?
Yes, ma'am.
So I have a question about cocoa, because a lot of the shakes you add the powdered cocoa to there. And I can't have that. So could I use like the pressed peanut flour? Would that
Yeah.
work as well? Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good,
absolutely.
like,
So
replacement.
it's very low fat. It is lower on the carb. It does have a little more carbs because of the nuts, but I feel like it would be totally fine to have. That would be fine.
Okay. All
Good,
right.
good call, Nat.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
for sure. You're welcome. All right, anybody else?
I do. This is
Yeah.
Andrea.
Hey.
If you can't use like MCT or coconut oil, is there anything else that you suggest in the shakes?
It's really not necessary. You can just omit. Not a big deal. Especially in Fuel Pull. Now, if those are the only fat source, you know, you might want to check out another fat you can add, like a dairy or avocado to a shake. Any other questions? Susan M., did you have a question? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I just have a comment. I made the chocolate fuel pull frappa. It
Uh-huh.
was really delicious. And I noticed at night that I felt like my metabolism started humming at night. And I was like really amazed.
I love it. It
Yeah.
works.
Yeah,
It works.
it did. I was like, really, what an amazing feeling. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I love it. That's great. Thank you for sharing. All right, anybody else? All right. So the same information that is in the plan book is on page 500 in Trim Healthy Cookbook. Talks about how to build a fuel pull meal. Choose your lean protein, 3 to 4 ounces, add minimal fat, roughly a teaspoon, add other fuel pull foods to your plate, generous non-starchies, moderate berries, optional lean dairy. We do not go over 10 grams of carb. There's some tips there, and then it has foods, and just like in the plan book, fuel friendly meat, which is all lean. Egg source would be egg whites. Fuel pull dairy is going to be 0% fat-free Greek, double fermented non-fat kefir. Does everybody know how to double ferment kefir? Okay, so you're going to buy, this is the brand that I buy. It's very, very common across the United States, Lifeway brand, and it is plain, unsweetened, low-fat kefir. I had to think about it. It's in a blue bottle with a blue top. Do not buy the blueberry or the strawberry. It has a bajillion grams of sugar in it. We need the blue bottle, plain, unsweetened, low-fat kefir. When you buy that cute little bottle at the grocery store, it's an E, okay? To make it fuel pull, you do this magic thing. You just sit it on your counter overnight for 24 to 36 hours. After that, you magically take it from your counter and you put it in your refrigerator and you leave it there until you're ready to use it. I don't open the lid. Some people crack their lid. I don't. I do not. I literally get it home. I put it on the counter. 24 to 36 hours later, I put it in the refrigerator until I'm ready to use it. Done. That's it. Okay? If that's not how you want to do it, if your grandmother did it a different way, fine. I'm just telling you how I do mine. Okay. All right, let's go through some other things. Of course, 1% cottage cheese, I have never found in my life. I have found 2%. So good luck finding that 1%. Skim mozzarella in small amounts. Of course, all the non-starchy veggies. Avoid potatoes, corn, sweet potato. Fuel pull friendly food, sorry. Up to a cup of all berries. Lemons and limes, of course. Blueberries, half cup, just like S. You can have 2 light Wassa crackers in fuel pull. Oils, 1 teaspoon of oil. Condiments, mustard and all the soys and the cocos and all the things are fine. So that's how you do that. When you're looking in Trim Healthy Cookbook and you find the gold pages here, the recipes with the green dot are the fuel pull recipes, and those are in all the main sections with the gold frame. Okay. Any questions about Trim Healthy Cookbook? Oh, I missed the chat. Whoopsie days. Can we have just a fuel pull shake for a replacement of a meal? You can, but you need to be sure that you are full and satisfied, because if you're hungry in an hour, you have backfired on your goal. You haven't made your meal count. Does that make sense? That's what I told that lady in that live last week. No, I don't have fuel pull meals. And I can make them ginormous, but I would rather just have an S or an E for a meal and have fuel pulls for a snack. That's what I would prefer. But some people do fine on that. That's what's great about the secret big boy in Trim Healthy Cookbook. It is a big old shake. It's big. Like some people literally just leave it in their tall blender and drink it out of there. Okay. But you've got protein and you've got a veggie in there. And so it is a little more filling, but so just beware. If you're hungry in an hour, it's just because you didn't have enough calories. Susan W. Holy smokes, I have 3 Susans.
So, like you said, that shake was big.
Yeah.
And what amount of time are you supposed to drink it?
I want my clients to have their meals within 30 minutes.
Okay, all right. And then, so on that question, then when do you time it, from the beginning or the end of the meal, or does that
Good
make
question. Good question. So it says to fuel every 3 to 4 hours. So that is a long frame. So if I eat my breakfast at 8 a.m., I tell myself by 11 or 12, anytime in there, you can have something else to eat, because I want you to be done within 30 minutes. So that's 8:30. So between 8:30 and 11 is about 2.5 hours. That's how long my body needs to digest and rest and ready to have something else.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are so welcome. Anybody else? I love this. Okay. Oh wait, I have a chat thingamajig. Let me see. Is cacao okay to use in a cigarette? But yes, absolutely. Okay. Fuel pulls, the rundown, how to build a meal, all the meat, all the veggies, blah, 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 all the list. Page 540 in Trim Healthy Table. And I will send you again to, we just talked about it, but we're going to go there again. Page 548, all the fuel pull meal recipes are right there in the back of Trim Healthy Table. Such an excellent resource. I really, really wish all the cookbooks were like this so much. So this is really great. One tip, whenever you are looking maybe at meal planning for your dinners, look at some of these all-in-one meals that are fuel pull. Okay, so you can have a fuel pull meal. Okay, great. We're gonna have a fuel pull meal, but I can use it again and make it an S by adding fat. Then I could use it again and add a carb and make it an E. Okay, that's a really, really good way of looking at some of these recipes. I had a client once, she goes, I just don't understand why there are fuel pull meals in here. She understood how I was saying, you know, but there's so many, like, why in the world? And I told her that. I was like, it makes things flexible, man. You can make a main thing and use it for 3 different ways: fuel, pull, S, or E. It's beautiful. So there's that. Okay, there was one more question here. It popped up. On the timing of meals, how long after you get up should you be having breakfast? Hey, Erin, I believe that you should fuel your body within an hour of waking up. I have many clients that are like, I can't eat within an hour of waking up. Okay, fine. I didn't say you had to eat. I said I want you to fuel. So, do you like coffee? Add some protein to it. Collagen, whey, either one would be fine. Okay, that's it. Trim Healthy Table. I was trying to think if there was one of my favorite type. I'm going to say that I'm going to go with my favorite recipe out of here that's fuel pull would be that chocolate chip cookie dough thing. And I call it a bowl because I'm not taking time to make that thing a bar. No, just going to eat it out of the container. Okay, next up we have the Trim Healthy Starter Book. Okay. I should have had this marked. I'm sorry. I think I said that last time. Fuel pull cheat sheet right here. That's page 201, and there's several pages. How to build the fuel pull meal, all the friendly foods, and it actually has a great list of the non-starchy veggies, which is fab. Excuse me. And there's that. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Let's going to go at the snack. Does anybody have this book? Trim Healthy Starting? Yeah. Let's see if there's any fuel pull things. So the Frisky is in here, page 171. And you can do a biggie or a baby, and it has a fuel pull S or E option. But you have to watch. You have to watch that. The way to make the Frisky, so for S, you could do 2 tablespoons heavy cream or a heaping tablespoon of peanut butter. If you're doing E or fuel pull, you don't use that because that's a fat source. Okay. And then the banana is for E only. You don't use that for S or fuel pull. So you just got to kind of think through things like that. Choco Secret Big Boy is on page 172 in there. It is fuel pull as written. Easy chocolate milk, very simple to do. Page 176, Fuel Pull as written. So there are several in there that you guys can look through and use for your afternoon or your morning snack. Another great thing that I recommend on Fuel Pull is to have Fuel Pull after supper. So if you are hungry after supper, have a Fuel Pull or a sipper, especially if you're just trying to satisfy the hand to mouth sensation that, or, you know, fear of missing out. All my people are having popcorn and they're eating ice cream and I can't have nothing because I'm doing Trim Healthy Mama. You know, we don't want to get mad and aggravated. You can have a Fuel Pull or a sipper then. And it makes sense, honestly. We don't need a lot of calories after supper. We're just chilling out on the couch or whatever. So that is definitely something that I would say would be really wise, especially if you're in weight loss mode and wanting to watch all of those things. Sometimes, do I have an E or an S after supper? Yes, but I don't do it every night. I'm not really hungry after supper. I feel like I fuel very wisely throughout the day, and so I'm good. So normally it's just I want to have something because they are, you know. When you have 5 kids, they always eating something. Somebody asked, what is the latest you should eat at night? Anna, that is more kind of just individual. It just depends on what time you're going to sleep too. And sometimes some people have blood sugar issues and they need to, or they have to eat something with their medicine. So it's all different. But I would say if you eat supper at 7 and you go to bed at 10, you really don't need anything, honestly. Some people eat supper at 5 and don't go to bed till 11. They probably need to have something between there, you know. But like I said, if you're doing Fuel Pull, then you have very low calorie and you can let yourself do that for sure. Okay, I think that's all I was going to talk about. If I come up with something, I will blurt it in. Do y'all have any questions for me about Fuel Pull or anything we talked about, or any other THM questions in general? We've already talked about some good stuff. Y'all, I can't believe my phone was on. I keep it on silent. I don't know. My kids must have done that.
I found 1% cottage cheese at Walmart. Do you know if that's an okay one? The Walmart Great Value brand?
So that actually does have some things added to it. I can't remember off the top of my head what the ingredients are. I want to say that it might have maltodextrin in it. It's best, in my opinion, to get the Daisy brand or another name brand wherever you're shopping, because it has less ingredients and less chance of things being a personal choice or a Franken food. But Andrea, in the beginning, use that. Don't throw it away. Don't waste food. But maybe next time, just pay better attention to the ingredients in your product.
Okay, I picked up Good Culture before that I found at Kroger. So I guess I just really need, I usually am a good label. I mean, looking at them, but I was having a hard time finding the 1% too. And I thought that's what I needed to do. So
yeah, so 2% is okay. Somebody has chimed in. Is it Daisy 2% cottage cheese? Yes. Anna asked that. Let me move this little chat box. How do you, somebody, oh wait, let me go to Susan W.
So peppers, like sweet peppers, should they be in the carb category?
No, they're a Fuel Pull food. They do have higher carbs. So when we did the S class, we talked about deep S. You don't do peppers in deep S. That's a totally different ball game than what we're talking about.
I've got to watch that one. I bought it yesterday, but I've got to watch that S meal one. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
you get it? Did you get it in your email?
Yes.
Okay,
I've just got it. I work today, so I haven't finished.
That's okay. My admin is starting to take on more responsibilities, and that's her new responsibility.
Well, she got it to me.
Anita said, how do you know which type of meal or snack to have and how often per day and week? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just fuel. Some guidelines to get you started: have at least 1 E a day. You can have S the rest of the time just to get started. Okay. And then I say, if you're going to have a snack in the afternoon, then have it fuel pull. I just think that's a really good formula. I have all of my one-on-one clients, I have them do that. A lot of my group clients do the same thing. I have a little more control over those one-on-ones, but they definitely see results with that. We do sometimes go to, depending on their age or maybe some of their health concerns, where we'll do more E's because they need more carbs in their life, or sometimes they need less E. So it just depends person to person. But I think THM is an experiment. I don't eat the way that I feel my body right now is not like I did when I first started. So things change. But I think that's a good formula to begin with. 1E, 1 fuel pull as a snack, and the other 2 meals would be an S. And if you wanted something after supper, make that a fuel pull as well, just for optimal weight loss. Is that good? Yep. Okay. Anna says, what is the brand of fat-free Greek yogurt you recommend? I do get generic, the big quart thing of fat-free Greek from Walmart. But I also buy Too Good because it's already flavored and sweetened in the little containers or in the quart ones as well. And all of my 7 people, all of us use all of that. So I'm like yogurt poor over here, but they love it and it's on plan, and it makes my heart happy knowing that they're having something really, really good. Okay, that's it on the chat for now. Any of you video people or anybody
Okay.
else?
000 yogurt, is that a fuel
Yes,
pull or?
It is. It is. I don't use 000 oikos because it has chicory root and it hurts my stomach and it causes stinkies.
Okay.
No,
All
it
right.
works for you. If you don't have that problem, go for it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Susan G.
Yep. Can you overdo it with the sippers, like the Good Girl Moonshine, or like if you have 2 or 3 a day, is that just
How
too
are you
much?
making it?
With, I have to think for a second.
Well, let me
Bragg's
simplify the
vinegar.
question.
Oh, yeah.
Let me simplify the question. How are you flavoring and sweetening it?
So I haven't put any sweetener in. I've done the Bragg's vinegar. Yeah. Wow. Crazy.
You are
And
legit.
I did find like a ginger juice that's just ginger and lemon juice
Okay.
together. So I'll put a little bit of that in and then just drink it without sweet.
Wow. I'm a little speechless, Susan G. Okay, so I want you to have at least 50 ounces of pure water a day.
Okay.
Other than that, knock yourself out.
Okay.
Now, I am a little wacko. I'm intense on this side of this. Okay, so I do usually a gallon or so of water a day.
Mhm.
But I'm awake for a long time,
Yep.
and I have more time to get that in than some people. But I have to wait an hour for my thyroid medication to get to going. And so I take advantage of that. And I get 40 ounces of water before 6 a.m. usually, sometimes earlier than that. So that's kind of how I can get that in.
Okay.
And I don't do GGMS every day. I'll be like, oh, I need GGMS. Maybe, if I had to say, once every 2 weeks, I might have one.
I'll cut back a little.
Seeing in Canary, I have probably 3 or 4 times a week because I love it that much.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Next question.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
On the cognac noodles,
Mhm.
I know it says fuel pool on the food analyzer app,
Mhm.
but is that truly a fuel pool or a Franken food or a personal choice? Because the ones I've bought are good.
I knew where a pack was in my office. That's where we store all the extra THM things. So
Yes.
these are miracle noodles. Are these what you get?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are purified water, cognac flour, calcium hydroxide. This 0 fat, 1 carb, and 2 grams of dietary fiber, no protein. So this is like doing this with air. Like there's nothing. It's just nothing.
Okay.
But it is
So
good
it's okay
fiber.
to use.
Huh?
I mean, it's not, you can't overdo that then and
Well,
be
it is
bad.
it is fiber. So you can overdo it for your gut, but as far as calories and numbers, nah.
Okay. Okay.
So anyway, yeah, that's what that is. Wes
Okay.
loves
I like
these.
them.
I do
Where do
not
you
like them.
get those?
I got these at Whole Foods,
Okay.
but I've seen them at Walmart. I think.
Really? Okay.
Yes. And Publix also.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thank you.
Me and my 2 grocery stores in my town. They're like, what do you get at Trader Joe's? I'm like, I don't know. I've never even seen Trader Joe's. I don't know. Cracks me up. Thanks, Angie. Good question. This is a great fuel pull food. My favorite alternative to pasta is a zucchini, just spiralizing a zucchini. I made secret slimming spaghetti in Trim Healthy Table last week, and my family gets whole grain pasta. That's what I've always bought them. Like even before Wes and I had kids, we did whole grain. I don't know why. I read an article and that's what I did. I don't know. It's not how I was raised or anything. Bless. Well, I was raised on Hamburger Helper, but and canned green beans. But so I did, one of my clients, she knew that my spiralizer broke, and so she mailed me one, and it is like the best. It's I'm gonna say it wrong. Baguetti, is that how you say it? I don't know. It's one of those, like as seen on TV products, but it does so good. And I made it an S, and I did a tablespoon of coconut oil, and those zucchini noodles, like I just spiralized that zucchini right into my pan, y'all. Salt, pepper, nutritional yeast. And then I put that on a plate, and then I did my sauce. Oh, it was so good. And it was a very slimming-ass meal because the only fat was from that coconut oil. And it filled me up. It was so good because that secret slimming spaghetti's got the tomatoes and the onions, and I added cauli rice to it because I'm extra. And it also had mushroom hack with the ground meat, and it had okra. So I had it was like a veggie full pasta. You know, you can sneak all kinds of things in spaghetti sauce. So that's a fun thing. All right, guys, any other questions? Topics? My voice is doing much better tonight.
I have a question on the Good Girl moonshine because I've seen
Okay.
a few recipes out there. And I don't like the powdery stuff. So like whenever I make like my shrinker or anything, I'm a huge essential oil user. So I will use like cinnamon essential oil, and I will put like ginger essential oil in the Good Girl moonshine. But sometimes I'll use like a pineapple extract or coconut extract. Is that okay? Or is that like too
Yep.
much?
Nope, that's
No?
fine.
Okay.
Nope, sounds great. I used ginger essential oil probably the first 3 years of doing THM because I had so much of it. But I think I have some now. My daughter uses ginger she did a Zyto scan. Y'all know what that is. It's really weird, but she needed ginger. So I have it now, but I prefer making ginger ice. And that recipe is in the GGMS recipe and Trim Healthy Cookbook. You just peel. I use a vegetable peeler to peel the ginger. I get a big old Mama Jamma root of it. And then I put it in my blender with some water, and I just pulverize that thing, just break it down. And then I just make ice cubes out of it. And I just put one in each GGMS. For a really long time after I used that essential oil, I used the ginger juice that I ordered off Amazon, but it's so much cheaper to make the ginger ice. I don't know exactly how much money I'm saving or nothing, but it is cheaper. Okay, guys, any other questions? Okay, some other fuel pull things that are super helpful is to have, oh, I'm sorry, Angie, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I thought about this earlier, but okay, I found this hot chocolate recipe that has everything is good, except for it has 1 teaspoon of heavy cream. Would that still keep it in fuel pool mode?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, and I asked somebody else, and we thought so too. But anyways, just want to double
Yes,
check.
for sure.
Okay.
So I really think it's really great to have a fuel pool peanut butter. If you're a peanut butter girl, it is really good to have a fuel pool peanut butter made. Peanut Junkie Butter is a recipe in Trim Healthy Cookbook, and Coach Canada also has a peanut butter recipe. It's called Coach Canada's Real Deal Peanut Butter. You can Google Coach Canada peanut butter. It'll come up. She has that on her website. It's very easy to make. It is absolutely delicious. And it is a great protein source for your snack. Okay. So going back to when we did E, when we talk about having some fruit, man, you get your apple, you have your fuel pool peanut butter, 3 tablespoons or 4 tablespoons, perfect E snack. For fuel pool, you could have that serving of the fuel pool peanut butter. You could have a light rye wasa cracker or 2, and you can put some sliced strawberries. So good. Great little snack. Okay, I wanted to tell y'all something else. Isn't doing what I want it to. Okay, we'll scratch that. That's okay. All right, we have a few more minutes. Any other questions? Susan?
This is more really about S meal or S food,
That's
because
okay.
I got some of that keto granola
Mhm.
that oh my gosh, that's good. So I don't want to overdo it. Like, how much should I have at one time?
A third of a cup is a serving, and that's what I try to stick to.
Okay. And that would be an S.
Mhm.
Like, could I have it like after dinner as part of a dessert? Like
With an S meal,
Mhm. Yes, with an S meal. Yes.
yeah, you can. You might want to back off of it, maybe do half of that, just especially depending on how much other fat you've had. Now, that
Mhm.
meal I told y'all just a minute ago, where the only fat source was coconut oil,
Mhm.
I would probably, if I wanted a dessert, I would do a 1/3 cup of that granola with just some unsweetened almond milk,
Yeah.
because I'd already had plenty of protein.
Mhm.
And the fat would match that coconut oil well, where I wouldn't, it's not a calorie abuse, you know?
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
really good too.
And it's really good as a cereal. And I have done that
Okay.
before for like a light snack. I'll do that granola, 1/3 cup with some unsweetened almond milk in like a small bowl, and do collagen coffee. Y'all know I'm addicted to it, but I can't help it. But it's just so delicious and easy, which I need in my life.
And with salads, I'm used to putting, I used to put a lot of nuts on my salad. And so when I want to eat salad, I'm like, I can't do the nuts. So anyway, those things I'm having to watch myself and try to figure
Yeah,
out
it's easy
the
to
ways
cross over
Mhm.
thinking things like that.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I have a question about like the coffee. Like every morning I have collagen coffee. I like you. I love coffee. I have to do decaf just because of a blood pressure
Okay.
issue.
Sure.
So, but I do use like the Swiss water method, so it doesn't have like the chemicals. But I just want to make sure, like I can pretty much eat whatever fuel with that. Like I could have a piece of BAM cake with that, right? And I would still
Yes.
be in the E setting, or I could even have like scrambled eggs. And
And that would
I
make it
don't
an
really-
S. If you had BAM cake, it would make it an E.
Okay. Is
So
there
fuel pool-
anything if you're not really hungry that would be good to have with it? Because I love my coffee.
Yeah,
if I
I
don't
mean,
wanna
well,
eat a
you
whole
could even
lot.
have that, and then 2 to 2.5 hours later have a meal
Okay.
if you wanted.
Or if I wanted something, if I just want to have my coffee and then say in an hour I want something, I could really
That's-
be open with my fuel, or
That
not?
is a little dangerous, in my opinion,
Okay.
because you're not giving your time to digest and use the fuel from the protein and rest, because you're going to go ahead and start fueling again. That can lead to grazing. Does that make sense? So wait at least 2 hours if possible after that fuel pull coffee in the morning, which a lot of my clients do because they're like, I don't want to eat yet. Okay, fine. Have your fuel pull coffee, wait a couple hours. Now, can you from time to time do an hour between? Yes, but do not make that a habit. I don't think that will be helpful, especially if you're wanting to lose weight.
So it
I
would be
do it.
best-
I do it sometimes, but I'm fine. Like my weight is fine. Now, if it starts creeping back, that's probably what I'll need to change.
But if to change that, then I could have something with my coffee. Like I could have breakfast with my coffee.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's actually my coffee is a vehicle for protein a lot of days, especially with an E, because E baked goods, they have a little bit of protein, but it's not enough. You need 20 to 30 grams of protein in a meal, S or E. And so this is just a way to get more protein into that. So yes, absolutely. Now, a lot of times when I have an S breakfast, I don't add collagen because my S breakfasts typically are protein heavy. You got 2 eggs, you got breakfast meat. You just don't need more protein. So I save my collagen for later in the day. Does that make sense? Okay. Good questions. Let's see who this is. Christina, are you putting creamer in your collagen coffee? Christina, I use all kinds of things. I am not a specific to my coffee person, but here are some things that I use. Jordan's Skinny Syrup Keto Syrup. 3 pumps will flavor and sweeten it. My favorite are the cinnamon dolce, mocha, and hazelnut. And then I'll do unsweetened nut milk, cashew, or almond to give it a little creamy cream. And then sometimes I'll do collagen, depending on if I need more protein or not. I do lecithin as well, sunflower lecithin. Sometimes I use Silk heavy cream because it's dairy free. I try to do dairy low, dairy free as much as I can. And then sometimes I'll just use a nut milk. I'm not very particular. So I do all those kind of things. Nut pods is another thing that I do. Hazelnut, well, I don't know. I'm not very particular. I love all the nut pods. They're all yummy to me. They have a coffee cake flavor. Did y'all see that? Somebody, I know. I'm like, why didn't I know this? It's because I work too much. I don't know all the extra things. I think it was Nut Pods. Like I follow Nut Pods on Instagram and they shared it. Probably have to order it special. I ain't got time for that. Is everyone seeing the replay that's sent to their email? Okay, good. Can you download it to your device? Have you tried? Okay. I'm kind of troubleshooting how to handle that because I either have to download it to my computer or delete it off of my cloud. And I'm not sure what to do. Because if I delete it off my cloud, I don't know that y'all will be able to see it anymore. Oh, the things you get to work with when you try something new. It's all right, I'm gonna figure it out. All right, any other questions, girls? Nope. Okay, thank y'all so much. Just so you know what's coming up, next Monday is how to reduce dairy and gluten. The next Monday is Valentine's Day, so we're going to talk about desserts and sweeteners. That's a hot topic. Then the 21st will be setting realistic goals. Then the last one is already a very large class, reducing inflammation and adrenal fatigue. I never in my wildest dreams thought it would be so well attended, but it's growing every day. So that should be fun. And then I'm going to be releasing my March classes soon. I don't know exactly when, but it'll be soon. So y'all can check out my website for that. Thank y'all so much for coming and asking all the questions. This was really fun. I hope that y'all all have a great week and I'll see y'all later. Bye y'all.